Step into the day with the dawn ringing in my ears. Oh, well, I tune into my TV show. No better way, I gotta get myself into gear. Let's go. Oh, and I feel good today with my wake up in the morning espresso. I feel good today. It's my feel good breakfast show.
A very good morning to you, our beautiful Expresso family. I hope that you are all doing well. Thank you so much for choosing to start off your morning with us right here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show, the Expresso Morning Show on SABC3. Now it's day 12 of lockdown and the Expresso team is here to kick off your morning with the latest COVID-19 updates, recipe inspirations and home workout tips. Adams.
And good morning, everybody. My name is Raul Demonia. Now, I know that no one is heading to the park for a picnic, and I'm sure many of you have spare plates in the kitchen cupboard. Well, for today's lockdown workout, don't worry, I think they're going to come quite in handy.
Absolutely, man. Now, we never like starting off the morning with sad news. However, it's with heavy hearts this morning that we remark on the sad news of the passing of legendary TV personality Vinolia Vimash Mashego. Her family reports that she passed away in her sleep yesterday. She is best known for her vivacious and energetic presenting style, most notably on popular music quiz show Jam Alley. The Expresso family would like to pass on our sincere and heartfelt condolences to her loved ones. Iyo, Bangani, iyo.
Very, very heartfelt indeed. Now, on to some more positive things. Obviously, with masks being quite a big talking point currently on social media, and with supplies running quite low, many people are starting to create their own. And if you are going to do so, you need to make sure and to remember to follow the Department of Health's guidelines on how to make a safe and effective mask. But today, we want you to share your creations with us and head over to our social media platforms and post your pictures online and include the hashtag Expresso Show.
Absolutely, man. And also, we're going to be on a call with someone who makes these homemade masks, actually, which is going to be very, very interesting. I can't wait for that. How would you like your mask to be designed?
I would go for something pretty hardcore, like a Punisher look, you know, get all mean.
Really? like a skull, like a bottom of a skull, because I feel like that is bad.
That could look cool.
That would be very cool. I would like mine with, like, you know, African print kind of material. I think that would be pretty dope. There's so much that we can do to find, you know, our creative ways to wear these masks. So please let us know on our social media platforms using the hashtag Expresso Show. Right now, it's time to get the show on the road. But first, we have to start with those important news headlines with Jamie Lee Domberg.
Thank you so much, team. The time now is just after 7 o'clock. Time to delve into those news headlines. Starting off with your national news. Now, financially distressed small-scale farmers who have an annual turnover of between 20,000 Rand and 1 million Rand will be able to apply for financial assistance from the Department of Agriculture, Land Reform and Rural Development from tomorrow. The grant will apply to, amongst others, farmers needing aid with poultry farming, fruit, feed and medication for livestock, and seedlings and fertilizer for winter crops. The funds will be distributed via vouchers to be exchanged for goods at certain retailers and cooperatives. Now, applications close on the 22nd of April. On to other news. Several organizations yesterday filed an urgent application to the Constitutional Court challenging the closure of shops that sell goods for babies. This as some mothers of newborn babies in Limpopo say they are battling to buy clothes for their babies because of the nationwide lockdown. Meanwhile, the Limpopo Chamber of Commerce and Industry will ask the government to consider opening clothing and appliance stores because learners also need cell phones and laptops for their online catch-up programs. Now on to the international front. British Prime Minister Boris Johnson was last night moved into intensive care at St. Thomas's Hospital in London after days of persistent symptoms, including a fever and a cough. Johnson, 55, was admitted to the hospital on Sunday after testing positive for COVID-19 nearly a fortnight ago. Initially, officials said his case was not an emergency and that taking him to hospital was a precautionary step. The Prime Minister's office says Johnson has asked Foreign Secretary Dominic Raab to deputize for him when necessary. In other news, the Mozambican Ministry of Education began broadcasting a series of classes over Radio Mozambique yesterday for children currently deprived of their normal schooling because of the coronavirus pandemic. Now, all schools, both publicly and privately owned, from preschool to university, have been closed since the 23rd of March as a measure intended to prevent the spread of the virus. The classes are intended to occupy pupils at various levels, from primary and secondary level to technical and adult education. And now, Trevor Noah's call to all South Africans. South African comedian Trevor Noah has asked South Africans to do their part during the country's 21-day lockdown. In a video recorded at his home in New York, he encouraged South Africans to heed the government's call to stay home. He said, quote, "Coronavirus has taken over the world, my friends. We are stuck in our houses waiting for the 21 days to end." He said all over the world, people are experiencing the same thing, and joked that one can FaceTime with your friends or braai indoors, but, quote, "just don't burn down your mother's kitchen." Trevor believes the struggles we are going through will soon be over, and added that South Africa needs to unite to beat the pandemic. And now, turning our gaze into the world of entertainment. Days after revealing that a 3-year-old Saint Jameson and herself had recovered after testing positive for COVID-19, American singer Pink is opening up about how painful the experience had been for them. In a sit-down Instagram live interview on Sunday, she revealed that despite the popular notion that children aren't so badly afflicted by the virus, her son caught the worst of it, and he still has a 100-degree Fahrenheit temperature 3 weeks later. As of a few days ago, they both tested negative, while her husband Carrie Hart and their 8-year-old daughter Willow remain completely uninfected. And that was a look at your 7 o'clock news. Here's a look at the weather. Well, happy Tuesday to you. It's me. I'm back again with your weather. Now, we've asked you to send in your sunrise pictures this morning. Thank you so much to Carol Ann Besson, who works at Mediclinic in George, who finished a 12-hour shift but took the time to send us her beautiful view of the opening skyline with growing patches of blue in George, where it will be breezy this morning with some cloud cover, then sunshine later in the day, reaching a maximum of 17 degrees. Another regular came through this morning, which is Gary Aukamp, and he is one lucky man this morning. He woke up to this spectacular view of a skyline filled with bright shades of pink, purple and orange in Greenfields, East London, where sunny to partly cloudy and windy conditions can be expected today, with a maximum temperature of 20 degrees and the wind blowing at 33 kilometers per hour. But right now, let's take a look at the temperatures for the rest of the country. Starting off in Polokwane, your low is 14, peaking at 31 degrees. Now, the highest temperature in the country can be found in Umbombela, with thunderstorms also expected for you, with a low of 14 and a high of 33 degrees. For you, Pretoria, your low is 13, peaking at 27 degrees. Johannesburg, 11, 24. And then mostly sunny conditions can be expected for you, Mahikeng, today, with a low of 10 and a high of 26. Klerksdorp, 6, 24. And then a gentle breeze expected for you, Kimberley, ranging from 5 to 20 degrees. Bloemfontein, 2, 20. And then rain and cloudy conditions can be expected for Richards Bay today, with a low of 16 and a high of 22. High humidity can also be seen in Pietermaritzburg today, ranging from 11 to 16 degrees. And then a couple of showers expected for South Africa's playground today, Durban, with a low of 17 and a high of 21. Mthatha, 4, 20. East London, 11, 20 as well. And then if you do find yourself in Craddock, your low is 2, with a high of 17. Occasional rain and strong winds expected for Port Elizabeth PE today, with a low of 11 and a high of 18. George, 8, 17. And the coolest start of the morning, reaching below 0, can be found in Sutherland, with a low of -2 and a high of 12. If you do find yourself in the mother city, Cape Town, today, your range is 10 to 17. Worcester, 5 to 16. Partly sunny conditions are also expected for Springbok today, with a low of 9 and a high of 20. And then mostly cloudy conditions for you, Uppington, with a low of 9 and a high of 21. Of course, whatever the weather, wherever you find yourself, happy Tuesday to all of you.
Pharmadynamics, effective, affordable healthcare.
fantastic Tuesday morning it will be indeed. Now with day 12 underway today of the lockdown, I'm pretty sure we do need some inspiration to get through the second half of this lockdown period. One thing we can be proud of as South Africans is that we've been facing this crisis under the leadership of President Cyril Ramaphosa, whose calm and swift action has earned him critical worldwide praise. Let us remember the words of hope and courage he shared when he first announced the national lockdown.
This is what he had to say. In these days, weeks, and months ahead of our resolve, our resourcefulness and our unity as a nation will be tested as never before. I call on all of us, one and all, to play our part, to be courageous, to be patient, and above all, to show compassion. Let us never despair, for we are a nation at one, and we will surely prevail.
We will get through it.
I love how he's highlighting such important characteristics that we need to implore and invoke within us in order to kind of battle the negativity that's attached to this COVID pandemic currently that we're facing. And I think it goes without saying that together we are always stronger. We've come through so much as a nation united in the past, and I think this is just another obstacle that we can definitely, united, using Ubuntu, get through, I think, very, very powerfully.
Absolutely profound. Thank you so much for that, Ryle. You let us know what your take is from that quote on our social media platforms using the hashtag Expresso Show. Keep it locked right here to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. We'll see you after this.
Oh, you can make my day. It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Happy birthday, a very happy birthday to you.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. It's time to celebrate.
Your birthday!
It's that time of the day. Yeah, 7th of April. It's that time of the day we wish you, our loyal, loved viewers, a very, 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 very happy birthday. And today, you celebrate your special day with one of the most recognizable personalities in the world.
Yeah,
It's
boy.
Jackie Chan.
Woo!
Tell me about Jackie. What has he got today?
Now, Jackie Chan celebrates his birthday today. He turns 66 years old. Jackie Chan. Jackie Chan. Okay, is literally like one of those people who you don't think could age. What?
I didn't know
Now,
he
his
aged.
real name is Chan Kong Sang, and he is a film director, philanthropist, actor, and singer. He has a net worth of $400 million, making him the second highest paid actor in the world. This multi-talented actor has appeared in over 150 films and always had us jaw dropped with his stunts. And even in his late 60s, there is no sign of him slowing down. So happy birthday to you, Chan Kong Sang.
Happy birthday, Chan Kong
What's one
Sang.
of your favorite Jackie Chan movies?
It's got to be, I think it's Rush Hour with Chris Tucker. Oh man, I had myself in stitches. Still to this day, I can't stop watching it. The perfect fusion of just funny.
That's actually the perfect movie to watch in this weather. And I'm kind of so at home.
On
That's
the
not
list.
original. Absolutely.
We've got some more incredible birthdays. This one is to Aiden van Wyk. A very happy 3rd birthday. May you have a super duper and special day. We love you very much. And remember, not to go outside. It's still lockdown. And that is from Ma, Denise, Mom, Shakira, Dad, Nino, Ruby, Avira, Bianca, Craig, Jean-Pierre, and Troy. Wow, big family there. Happy birthday, Aiden.
Absolutely. Happy 36th birthday to my wife, Nolene Hendricks. Have a blessed day. Promise to make it special. Lots of love and kisses from your husband and the kids. Aww.
Special, loving the love. Next one, I wish my son Ronaldo a happy 18th birthday. Yes, you're officially a man. May the Lord grant you all your wishes and stay blessed. Love from your mom, grandma, Rosie, and the rest of the family.
I wish my cousin, Unomasondo Bokamoso, a happy 1st birthday. It's a 1st birthday, you guys. So cute. May you have a very blessed and blissful day. We love you, Sondi, from your cousin Umbali, Nontlala Sipho, and the rest of your family. Happy 1st birthday, Nomasondo.
Well, it's another birthday coming up, and that is of Saskia's. And this beautiful message is a birthday shout out to our angel face Saskia. Thank you for being our ray of sunshine. May God bless and guide your footsteps to become who you dream to be. Lots of love from your mom, dad, Godwin, and Julio. Happy 13th birthday. Finally a teenager. Wow!
We have a big one. A happy 74th birthday to the funniest and most adorable person, Auntie Woki. There's never a dull moment with you around. You always make sure that we're laughing out loud. You're very special to me. I love you very much. Have a blessed birthday. Beautiful birthday.
Happy birthday, Oki!
Happy birthday to you all. And now, if you would like to send your loved one a birthday message, make sure to send us those videos that we love seeing to 071-640-6551 or email your wishes to birthdays@cardova.tv.
Have a beautiful day.
Listen, man, if it is your birthday today, happy birthday. It's Jackie Chan's birthday. What is your favorite Jackie Chan movie?
Rush Hour.
Rush Hour.
Yeah, and yours?
Tuxedo. I was a Jackie Chan fan. Like, if you grow up in the 90s,
Yeah.
you absolutely have to love Jackie Chan. And I never thought that he actually celebrated a birthday. He's like Chuck Norris, same WhatsApp group. They never
age.
They never age. But listen, if you are lucky enough to celebrate your birthday today, then do you want to share some homemade moments with your family? Yes, that is a question. Lockdown is the perfect time to get your kids and hubby, everyone involved in baking the most gorgeous cupcakes with SA's #1 Moya jelly and custard. Now think about it. Listen, okay? Soft, fluffy cake, smothered with jelly icing, topped with the yummy custard and jelly cubes. Oh my gosh, it's all I can say now. And now you are here to show us how, like my mond, you have to say,
Because I'm sure you're salivating, yes, listening, yes, wireless.
Wireless.
Moet nie daar in happen, because we need to talk about that one in front of you.
So I won't.
Hou yourself in, eh?
Excel so much. Take me through it, because cupcakes for me is like everyone does it, but it takes a bit of extraness in order to make a very good cupcake.
Yeah. The thing is, there's a few rules with cupcakes. #1 is the temperature of the butter. Needs to be at room temperature. That is the groot geheim.
This always confused me. What is room temperature? Like, my room is different to your room. How do you differentiate
It's
between...
like the room temperature in Alaska and Dubai and South Africa. It's different. Yeah. So what I always say to people is, if you look at butter, if it's room temperature, you just indent it with your finger. It can give away slightly. Okay. You see, like that, and it doesn't leave like a really oily residue on your finger as well. And it's also not runny. Like as jy hom in Dubai los, meisje, it's just going to be butter, oily.
Dis oily mos.
Dis oily. So that is room temperature. Yeah. So what I've done here before, because it makes a huge mess, en ek wou nie dat jou mooi gesig wat jy self gemaak het iets oorkom nie. So ons het botter geklits en caster sugar.
Okay.
We creamed that together, and I added the eggs as well. 2 eggs in here. And it's then light and fluffy. And now I'm going to add some flour, and you just fold this in, the flour. And remember, you mustn't overmix.
Overmix.
Don't
Is there something as overmixing?
Yeah.
What is the difference? What will happen if I overmix it?
I made this especially for you.
I was wondering, I was thinking this is a mistake.
Yeah.
This is very high. Is this what happens when you overmix it?
Overmix, you get that. And if you use like cold butter as well, this happens, a really pointy cupcake. And as well, if the temperature of the oven is too high. Those are the 3 things you must look at, yeah.
Okay, so we're going to fluff it in, not overmix it.
Not overmix
Melted butter, room temperature. I am going to make cupcakes galore after this. Of course, if you want to get your hands on this recipe, you can go to expressoshow.com. This and so many more recipes on there. Okay, so now we're throwing in our key.
Oops, yes. Yeah, we've thrown in some custard flour in here. That's going to give it like a real custardy taste. So what we've done here, we've just replaced a little bit of the flour with the custard.
Okay.
That's it. So I'm mixing that in. I'm going to add the vanilla for flavor. And what you can do at this stage as well, Jamie, if your son likes like blue, you can add like a bit of blue colouring at this stage. Yeah.
Brings back to when we made the Play-Doh. You just obviously want to use this time to, of course, stimulate them as well. So if you are wanting to throw in the colours, make different shapes for the cupcakes, even teach them about this pointy cupcake over here. This is what not to do. This would be the perfect time to include that. So again, whisking that in, yeah?
Yeah, we're just pouring a bit of milk in here to get the right consistency in here. So that is all. And if you undermix it, another thing happens, it like falls in the center. The cupcake falls like this. So if you look at timing of cupcakes, the timing, it's about 3 minutes of mixing. That is like the golden time. Don't go 5 minutes because that's like over mixing.
Got it.
Yeah. So we've done the cupcakes, and what I usually use is an ice cream scoop.
I see that.
En dan scoop jy dit en dan is dit dieselfde hoeveelheid. You get the same amount of cupcake in each cupcake.
So consistent as well with the cupcakes.
Consistent as well. So this makes 12 cupcakes, and you bake it in a moderate oven, about on a fan 160, in a normal oven 180. Remember, a fan is always 20 degrees less. Yes.
Okay, so if you missed out on any of these steps, creating this gorgeous cupcakes, you might want to take a look at this recap. I'm loving this because you can, this is the part where you get creative. You can pipe it up, different colors. You can add different flavors of the jelly, different flavors of the custard that we did. And then voila, you have the gorgeous cupcakes.
Yes, so what I've done here, we've added a bit of jelly into the icing sugar, so it gives it flavor. So you just hold your cupcake to form like a little nest because it's Easter. So we form like a little nest on top of it. That's your nessie. And what we've done, we've made like a thick custard and we put it in the fridge and it's set. So ek gaan 'n bietjie van hierdie custard insit.
Okay, ja.
Oeps, daar val hy.
It smells so
And
good.
some jelly cubes that we've always made with this beautiful jelly. Look at that golden color. And then you just top it off. Some Easter eggs. This is a perfect birthday gift and an Easter gift.
Voila. Now remember to share the moments with your family this Easter. Now for you at home, we have a great news because you can win exciting prizes. For full details on how to enter, visit Moya SA on Facebook. Now the competition closes on the 3rd of May. T's and C's can be found on expressoshow.com. While we test these gorgeous cupcakes, we are going to take a quick break and we'll see you after these.
Only you can make my day. It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back, you beautiful people, to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. It is Expresso. We're live on SABC3. It's a beautiful Tuesday. And I'm here now.
You are here, wow. And that's why I thought, do you know what? I made you a cupcake for breakfast because I am that friend to you. So
Thanks,
this,
Jenny.
myself and Anal made. It's gorgeous custard and jelly cupcakes.
Thank you.
We made it from scratch and you're welcome.
This is so cool. Well, I believe that the recipe is available. It's on the website already.
Yes,
I'm seeing some people, part of the team members here,
Everybody wants
checking it out.
So, have a bite. Let me know what you think about
Okay,
it.
cool. Sure.
Honest
This
opinion.
looks so scrumptious. Okay, I'll tell you now. Yes, ma'am. Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
You're welcome.
This is how you
remember?
get into a brand new day. Yes,
okay,
ma'am.
Okay.
Thank you.
Must be nice to start off the morning like that, Uncle Tabsy and Jamie. Hey, please save some for me too for a little later on. But right now, though, it's time for that COVID-19 update. As COVID-19 continues to spread rapidly worldwide, the race is on for a vaccine to curb the spread of the deadly infection. Currently, there's still no medication that can kill the virus, but scientists and researchers are working around the clock to develop a vaccine that can protect us against the coronavirus. Here to give us the latest update on the COVID-19, please welcome medical doctor and public health medicine specialist, Dr. Karen Begg, who joins us via video call. First of all, good morning and thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Good morning. Thank you very much.
Doctor, the first question is quite packed. I mean, we want to know so much in so little time. What is the latest statistics on the coronavirus in South Africa? How many people are infected and how many people have died? Are there also any new recoveries so far? And just a general update on the worldwide statistics.
Sure. So as of last night, the statistics in South Africa were 1,686 cases, and we had tested over 58,000. Our deaths increased by 1 yesterday, so we now have 12 deaths related to COVID-19, and we have 45 confirmed recoveries.
Oh, wow.
So that appears to be very small, but remember that our epidemic currently in South Africa is only a month old. Our first case was detected on the 5th of March, was diagnosed on the 5th of March, and we're only on the 7th of April now. So this is still very early days in our epidemic.
So in your opinion, Doctor, do you think that the spread is much more given the time period since the first person was diagnosed?
Well, I think that we're cautiously optimistic right now that we had expected to have had more cases at this stage of the epidemic. We'd expected to be close to 4,000 to 5,000 based on other trends in the world. So it was a credit to our president and the South African government to have instituted measures so quickly. Firstly, the state of disaster declaration, and secondly, the lockdown. So that may well have helped us. Of course, are we testing enough? Are we detecting enough? Is the one question. And the second question is whether we are only seeing the first part of the wave of our epidemic, which is the imported cases, which were those that were from travellers who travelled either back from Europe or were visitors who came from Europe. So that's the one aspect, and then that we're only starting to really see community transmission now, and we may see a significant rise in cases going forward.
Doctor, we've spoken a lot of social distancing and keeping a safe distance of 1 or 2 meters. A researcher at Massachusetts Institute of Technology has said this isn't enough to stop the spread of COVID-19. What is your input on this?
So COVID-19, or the SARS-CoV-2 virus, is spread in droplets. So that means anything from our respiratory secretions. So from our nose if we sneeze, or from our mouths if we cough, or of course if we touch our hands to our mouths and noses and then touch other surfaces or touch other people. So that's where the general sneeze or large droplets are usually the distance that they land is somewhere between is usually under a meter, between 1 and 1.5 meters. And that's why the social distancing or the physical distancing has been set at around 1.5 meters. The concern, as has been raised by some scientists, is that there are micro droplets. So in other words, those large droplets can aerosolize and can be spread a lot further, especially when there is a propellant such as a very large sneeze. So that's the challenge. The bottom line is to stay away from people. This is not the time to be hugging, touching, and being close to people in general. So that's why the lockdown, staying at home, is so important, because then you don't have to measure the distance between 1.5 meters or more with people.
That's why we're also promoting hashtag Stay Home right here on the show. But Doctor, what is the BCG
Absolutely, the most important thing.
Pardon?
The most important thing, to stay home.
Absolutely. What is the BCG vaccine that is used to treat TB patients, and how can it help fight the coronavirus? Can it fight the coronavirus?
Okay, so firstly, it can't fight the coronavirus. The Bacillus calmette-guerin vaccine, or BCG vaccine, was developed to fight TB, tuberculosis. And we've used it extensively, as have many other countries in the world, as part of our extended program of immunization. That means that children, all children, it's a universal vaccine in South Africa, so all children born get the BCG at birth. It's protective against the disseminated forms of TB. So it's not protective against the mild form of TB so much in terms of pulmonary TB, but it is protective against the severe forms of TB, such as spinal TB and disseminated TB. So the reason why BCG has come under interest at the moment is that an ecological study, that means a study looking at populations, has observed, so this is not an experimental study, so we're always a little bit cautious about making conclusions around an observational study. And what they found is an association between populations or countries with populations who have had universal BCG vaccination for a long time, many decades, versus those countries who no longer use BCG vaccination at birth because they no longer have very many TB cases. So those are countries like Italy and United States no longer use BCG, whereas those countries who still use BCG appear to have a lesser severe form of COVID-19. And so that observation was picked up. So what that means is that there's an association or a correlation between that. Whether that is causative or protective, we can't say at this stage. In any event, the challenge is that if it were to be protective, it would be protective because you've had it a number of years ago. So to use it right now is unlikely to be protective. So it's a wait and see as to whether, as more evidence emerges, as to whether the BCG may well be protective for populations that have had it for many decades.
Dr. Karen, thank you so much for joining us this morning. We could have this conversation the entire morning. I think it's important that we shed some light on the current pandemic that we are facing as a globe, so as to kind of step away from the darkness, because it is anxious times, and I'm pretty sure everyone is just filled with doubts and uncertainty. So once again, thank you so much for shedding some light.
An
and
absolute
enjoy the rest
pleasure.
of your morning.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thanks for having me.
That was Dr. Karen Beg shedding some light on the current COVID-19 and its updates. Right now, we're going to take a quick break. Please keep it locked right here on your Feel Good Breakfast show. We'll see you after this.
Only you can make my day.
After the World Cup last year, but we
to be an Olympian, but when I made it there, it was
Exercise number 2. This is quite a core intensive one. What you're going to do is do partial.
It's my Feel Good Breakfast show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast show. You know it's that time of the day. We're earning those beautiful meals in the kitchen. And of course, lockdown is not an excuse to give up on your exercise routines. And that's why Expresso is guiding you through your daily workouts that you can do using items anywhere and from everywhere around the house. And if you have any extra paper plates at home, just like these, put them to good use today with this mobility workout led by our 2016 Rio Olympian and Springbok Women's Sevens rugby player, Alyssa Conley, who joins us on our video call today. If you don't have any paper plates, you can use some small towels or some cushions. Alyssa Conley, are you out there? Are you with us? Are you live?
Good morning, Raul. I'm here. I'm ready.
How are you doing on this Tuesday morning? And more importantly, how on earth are you keeping yourself sane? I know you're a sprinter and a runner and you always want to just go. How on earth is it that you're keeping yourself sane and fit during the lockdown?
Actually, I'm extremely grateful for this lockdown. I think it's a perfect opportunity just for us to, do some introspection and just to work on things like mental strength, get the body to rest a bit, work on the small muscles, do a lot of mobility, do a lot of rehabilitation. So I think it's a blessing in disguise.
I couldn't agree with you more. I'm also finding some beautiful silver linings in terms of training and working on our bodies. And now, obviously, you've made the switch from athletics, being a Rio Olympian, being a sprinter, all the way through to rugby sevens, which is incredible to say the least. But was it an easy transition for you? I mean, going from one sporting coach to the other? And how did some of your workouts change?
It's been nothing but easy. It's been the hardest thing I've ever done in my life. The transition is absolutely crazy. The intensity of training is completely different to track. Obviously, the type of training that we have to do is different as well. Going from doing 1 session or 2 sessions a day to doing 5 sessions a day, it's extremely taxing. But I think it's literally a mental thing. You gotta believe that you can do it and then just do it.
Oh, I love that. And now for everybody at home that's wondering why I called up Alyssa today, there's another funny story I have to share with you all. It was when I drove to my very, very first audition at the Presenter Search in Joburg. I missed my Cape Town audition because of a competition. And I don't know if you remember, Alyssa, you were actually the one that drove me around that day. We did a workout together and you got me to that audition. I think there was like an hour to spare. Do you remember? Yeah. Do you remember anything at all? And remember what you told me in the car?
I remember every minute of that day. It's absolutely crazy. I tell everybody that story. I'm like, geez, I dropped him off at his audition and look at him now. It's crazy.
It's so awesome. Well, let's get into the workout. I know you got something special. You're going to kick my butt today, and we're using these plates, of course. You guys obviously at home, you know why the reason is for Alyssa being here today. She's the reason why I became a presenter, why I'm able to express and share all these beautiful workouts and keep you all on the pulse and healthy. But what are we starting with, Alyssa?
Okay, so have our paper plates. So we're going to start off with hamstring curls.
Hamstring curls, all right.
Yes, onto the mat or onto the floor.
Okay.
This is good for activation of the glutes and the hamstrings. So place your heels on the paper plates. Pull that back, get into a bridge. And we're going to push as far down as possible and curl back.
Oh, immediately feeling that burn in my hammies. I think this is a perfect one for me. Us sprinters as well, especially often tearing our hamstrings. This is a beautiful exercise, I'd say. Ooh.
Yeah, make sure you squeeze the glutes at the top when you extend and bring it back in all the way.
Oh, this is brilliant. Everything on the rear of my body is actually burning right now. I think 10 reps is going to be a killer. This is awesome. So those are your double hamstring curls, am I correct? Ooh.
That's correct.
Feeling the burn. What have we got next for us?
Yeah, from there, we're going to get into our push-ups. So just flip the body around.
All right, push-ups.
Start on our knees. But I will be forgiven if I do it off the knees. So nice straight body, glutes tight. As we go down, we open up the arms.
Whoa.
Go back in.
And then bring it straight back. Oh, that is not a joke. Wow. Oh, you guys at home, if you can try this, then firstly, well done. This is not a joke. This is definitely an elite training exercise. I think anybody at home that is trying to make this a little bit easier, let's try and get your knees on the ground. I think you can do the same exercise. Ooh, gets a beautiful stretch in the pec and the upper body. And then we're using a nice explosive movement to bring the plates back together, squeezing at the chest. And I can definitely see how this is going to burn once we get to that 10th rep. That is a beautiful one. Alyssa, what do we have next on the cards? Woo.
Now we got a core burner, so move your paper plates to the back.
Okay.
Your toes on the paper plates.
Okay. Just trying to stand here alone. I'm already struggling to keep my core engaged and haven't even started the exercise.
Tuck your knees in, right? We're going to straighten all the way, keeping the body nice and straight, glutes activated.
Oh, that is brilliant. Brilliant. I am feeling my core burning a little bit on the quads and those hip flexors, especially for you sprinters out there. I know you're using these muscles quite a bit. This is a brilliant one. And of course, my shoulders quite engaged. My stabilizers are working overtime. And I think anybody else out there at home that might be struggling with this one, Alyssa, is there any sort of a grade down that we could do for this exercise?
Yeah, we can keep our feet up there. We can just walk it in.
Okay, that's a lot easier. So you guys at home, if you're struggling with that first version, these are elite training exercises for everybody at home that's struggling to get it going. You can definitely do these, but if you are struggling with a workout, we have some beautiful grade downs, especially this one over here. And I promise you, if you haven't tried this at home, if you're not doing it right now, whew, I'm feeling the burn. Alyssa, I believe you got one more for us. Please show us what it is. Whew.
Okay, let's get up there, Ryle. Come on.
A thought just occurred to me. I remember why I don't hang out with you that much. It always involves pain and misery like this. Okay.
All right. So this is our lunge combo. So paper plate under the right foot.
Got it?
Got it. We're going to move backwards first into a lunge.
Backwards into a lunge. Okay, stabilizers are working already. Feeling it in that glute on that eccentric load. Do I come straight back up?
Come straight back up.
Woo.
And then we're moving to the side lunge.
And then to the side.
Yep.
Oh, wow. In the groin. Feeling that running muscle. Feeling like Jackie Chan on his birthday as well in that beautiful position. Oh, I am feeling that, Alyssa. Yep.
Backwards again. Let's go.
And how many of these are we going to be doing in total?
Let's do 5 aside. Ready? Let's go.
Okay, I'm with you.
Good.
1. Go for 2. I'm sweating, I cannot tell you. Wow, this is incredible. Everybody at home, if you guys are, of course, struggling with this workout, we have done 3 reps already. We're going to 5 on each side, but you are more than welcome to just do a standard lunge. That means you can drop the plate, of course, and go straight into a side lunge and then go straight backwards if you are struggling with this. But the plates are perfect to get the stabilizers, get that core activated, and get that eccentric load. Alyssa Conley, you have kicked my butt today. Thank you so, so much. That was an incredible workout. If you guys are looking for any more inspiration at home, find Alyssa Conley online. She's doing incredible things in the sevens women rugby scene. She is as fit as it gets when it comes to women empowerment as well. Oh, this woman is amazing. Thank you so much for your morning. Rest of you at home, make sure you tune in live later on. We're on expressoshow.com as well as our Facebook and social media channels. Join us. Let's see what's cooking up in the kitchen though. Whew, we've definitely earned that one. Thank you.
Inspiration Tuesday. Talk about that here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Thank you so much, Raul. And thank you so much indeed to Alicia as well. That was quite the workout.
That was not a joke.
That wasn't a joke. Even got Raul himself just speaking a little bit there.
I was standing on the side with an ice pack in case Raul pulled something. But that was Jackie Chan for real. Whoa.
I love it. It'll be very interesting to see how everybody else at home is interpreting this one. Do share those visuals with us on our Facebook page, Expresso Morning Show SABC3. Time to bring it to the kitchen, my favorite place. Now, this is where you'll find me, see, in between the exercises. And if you are in a pickle about what to do with ready-made pickled fish this Easter weekend at home, then Clem has an answer. He's got 2 interesting recipe solutions for you at home. Wait for it. I know you are going to love this one, okay? Pay attention. Pickled fish hot cross buns.
Yes.
Number 1, yes. Can I get a oh yes?
Oh yes. And in the background?
Can I get a oh yes? Oh yes. Oh yes. Everybody agrees. And not just that, pickled fish tacos as well. He'll be using Woolie's pickled hake made responsibly. And I love this. Sourced hake fillets using a traditional recipe in a mild curry sauce with onions and bay leaves. Oh yes. This is very interesting, Clem. I don't know about everybody else at home, but I don't think I've heard of pickled fish via hot cross buns or even tacos.
So you get some people that when it comes to Easter, they have their hot cross buns with cheese on it, on the side. Some people like their hot cross buns dunked in the sauce with the fish. That's me.
Yes.
It's a combination of that, like, that tartness and the spice and the savoriness with the sweet spiciness of the hot cross buns. It just makes it so... Guys, I live for this period now.
I live for you explaining it to me, but I'd like us to get into it. Let's go through the ingredients. What have we got here? I see you got some cucumber slices.
Okay, let's start with that one because you pointed it out. So we're gonna make a very quick pickle. Even though we got a pickle on our pickled fish already, it's kind of been drawn in. It's got that like deep, intense depth of pickle. We're gonna make something that's light and pickled and a little spicy. Pickle on pickle on pickle, okay?
Okay, pickle over here, pickle over there, pickle everywhere.
Everywhere. Okay, some sliced up cucumber goes in there, sliced up carrots. If you can make this the day before, I mean, amazing. The longer something sits in a pickle, the better.
Yes.
Then we got some white vinegar.
Okay.
That's going in.
Okay, so that's white vinegar. What's that for? Why are you putting that in there?
The vinegar is actually what gives it the pickle. That acid in the vinegar.
Is that where
That's what it is,
from?
And also, another thing about pickling, it preserves things for long. For long. Like, extremely, like years even. So, to this, we're gonna, any pickle is all about the balance. So we've added that like acidity to it now. Now we've got to balance it with the sweetness. And for our sweetness,
and you do need that balance. You do need
balance in life.
in life and everywhere else in general. So what are you getting in there? Some sugar?
A little bit of sugar going in there. Then I want to spice it up a bit. So I've got some red chili. And then I want some mint. Again, it's all about the balance. I've like bumped up the heat with that red chili, but then want to make it a little cool with the mint, you know what I mean?
The nice thing is you can make use of the ingredients. You can measure just how much of the heat factor you're looking for, how much of the flavor you want from each one of those ingredients that you're putting in there. Of course, if you at home want to get involved in making this delicious Clem recipe, be inspired, get that on expressoshow.com. We've loaded the recipe on there. You can also go on taste.co.za. Clem has already loaded that recipe over there. So it's time to get in the kitchen and turn the heat up, switch things up a little bit this Easter.
Absolutely.
Okay, so now you're turning it into like a burger of sorts.
That's exactly what I'm doing.
So a burger of some design.
Of some design. And it's delicious, absolutely delicious. So I've got the pickled fish on there, and again, what's most important, and with any pickled fish that you have, sustainability is key. It needs to be sustainable. That's why I absolutely adore the pickled fish you get at Woolies, whether it's the hake, the yellowtail, whatever it is, it's sustainably sourced.
Okay, so imagine I'm at home right now, and I mean, you know how the shops can be during this time. People go in very early in the morning, you arrive, there's no hot cross buns sometimes. What do you do if you don't have hot cross buns?
Have you
get the same
Okay, so to get the same effect, Woolies have these floured buns, they work really well. Even the normal standard bun works really well, but I'm obsessed with their knotted buns, which undercovers a brioche bun. People don't know. It is rich with the butter, that eggs.
But the texture of it, that spongy texture.
Chorizo, exactly.
I can have those on a continual loop non-stop. Don't even interrupt me. So what happens if you haven't got the tacos then? What do you do?
Okay, without the tacos, remember we made pancakes last week?
Yeah.
Use the pancakes.
That's what I thought.
That's what I thought.
I asked that question because I was trying to be smart about it. Because I heard about you.
You heard about me?
You at the door.
Okay,
what are we making here?
A quick little slaw again to go with this one. So I got the Woolies purple cabbage and white cabbage slaw mix. I'm adding some parsley to that. Last week, I spoke about one of my favorite ingredients that's on the shelf now. It's a truffle mayonnaise. It's a truffle mayonnaise, guys. There's a truffle mayonnaise.
You mentioned it yesterday last week during the live stream. And you've piqued my interest.
Okay.
Is that a new thing?
Clean knife.
Is
I've
that
sanitized. It's right over here.
Okay.
Okay, please taste it. Please taste it.
All right.
It's a little early birthday present for me from Nicole.
Okay.
It's absolutely delicious.
Yeah, something tells me these, if it tastes really nice, it tastes as nice as you say, they're not going to last too long on the shelves.
I want to watch your face when you taste.
Oh, man.
It's next level.
Why do you have to do this to me all the time?
It's so good, because I've actually used the smoky barbecue sauce in my slaw and a bit of lemon just to brighten the flavors.
Truffle-flavored mayonnaise, a delicious, creamy and tangy mayo with a truffle flavor. Woolies, wow, they've come through guns blazing.
So we have been doing Raul's workouts, so honestly, all I want to do is I want to roast some potatoes and just
reward yourself for all the hard work.
Reward yourself.
Sweat during your fitness. Of course, this recipe, if you want to get your hands on it, it's available. It's been loaded. expressoshow.com. Do give it a check out. Take a photo. I always say, please. You can, please. Take a photo. Show us how everybody else enjoys this delicious offering at your house. We'd love to see that. Okay, so now that's with tacos.
Okay, so with the tacos, I'm gonna borrow some of these beautiful. You see, we don't just keep it for
decor.
For make pretty. We actually use it. So some mint going on there. So that's amazing. Fish tacos are absolutely delicious.
It looks so good.
People use various spices. And like I've seen a couple of recipes where they do use like a lot of vinegar in there. So I'm like, wait, we use vinegar in pickled fish with that cooling slow at the bottom. And did you guys were talking so fast? Did you even see how I toasted my taco?
I watched you do it. Yes, I saw you put it in the pan.
No, directly on the heat. You could.
What did you put on the pan? Oh no, that's the final thing. That's the final product.
So get a bit of heat going on there. Take your tortilla wraps. You put it on. It gets so smoky and delicious. You're adding texture. You're adding flavor. So much delicious smokiness to it. That's what you got to do with your wraps.
Kenya taco simo hot plate.
But what did Trevor Noah say? Just don't burn down your mother's kitchen.
No, don't
do it.
Unless your mother's Patricia.
Why?
That she might let you get away with it because Trevor Noah's mom's Patricia.
Okay, no, I doubt Patricia's gonna let. No, okay.
This is absolutely fantastic, Clem. You've got me so inspired. I think this is such a fantastic way to be inspired, to just bring a lot of sunshine, a lot of joy onto the plates, particularly this Easter coming up. ExpressoShow.com is where you can find this recipe. It is loaded with all sorts of flavor and deliciousness, the best of flavors and quality that you can only expect from Woolies.
Yes.
Clem. Aye, man. You're a shy boy.
It's amazing.
You're a shy boy.
Can I go home now? No, I'm still here.
No.
I'm still here.
Good.
Only you can make my day. It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back, all you beautiful people, right here to your Feel Good Breakfast Show on SABC3. We've been cooking up quite a storm, but now it's time to get cleaning now with the whole family in and around the house during lockdown. Hygiene does become a very top priority. Now, the MAC 5-day hygiene plan will help you keep safe over this period, covering everything from personal hygiene to how to shop safely and how to keep your home clean. You're going to be doing the demonstration how we do this. Now, as much as we are on lockdown, from time to time, we do have to leave and, go shopping, maybe visit the clinic, or have to go to work as an essential service provider. Now, with this ever so dangerous mission, there are some points we should be aware of. Now, firstly, germs can survive on surfaces for some time, and with our hands touching these surfaces, then touching our eyes, our mouth or nose, we can get infected so easily. So always wash your hands with any soap using the technique that we showed you yesterday. work up a thick lather and wash thoroughly for 30 seconds. Then rinse off and dry with a paper towel because you can discard of it later. Now this should be done at least 10 times a day and always before and after handling the shopping. Okay, so Kutle is going to be demonstrating that for us. Wash it.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Kutle.
Okay, sing it for yourself.
Happy birthday to you.
Some nice, get it
Happy
in,
birthday
into the knuckles, into the nails.
You.
Yes.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Kutle. Happy birthday to me.
Well, you need 20 seconds, but if you do want to sing happy birthday twice like Kutle did, go on and do that, and then of course dab it dry with a paper towel, and you can throw that in the bin. Now, when arriving home after the shop, start by leaving your shoes outside, and then with your bag, your purse, your wallet, and keys in a box at the door, like we're going to do over here. So you're going to put all of these right inside the box. Then what we're going to do is disinfect your mobile phone as well with a MAC bleach solution, and then begin unpacking your groceries. So step one, and then you're going to
So I've put everything that I've taken outside the house into the box away.
Yes.
Now we have a bowl of water with MAC solution. So you can use your own discretion on how much. Oop. That's not how you open it, everybody, okay? So you just squeeze and you twist.
Yes, squeeze them.
Okay, my hands are a little bit wet, so I'll use this to kind of assist me.
Here we go. Just put it into the water.
Into the water.
Nice thick solution.
Nice thick solution, and I'm taking my clean cloth.
Yes.
Dabbing it here. Am I wiping the countertop or my phone right now?
Certainly.
Oh,
Okay, so what you're going to do is, like we said, you make up a strong solution of the MAC thick bleach and then wipe down the countertop as well to give it a nice wipe down. Dry it, and then you want to soak a cloth in the solution and begin to wipe down each grocery item and discard of unnecessary packaging. Then place on the disinfected worktop and begin to pack away your clean groceries. So you've done that. You've done wiping down all the countertops, everything you used.
My countertop.
Yes. You good?
Done.
Yes.
And right now, making another mix. With the MAC solution. Mix, mix, mix. And my clean water.
Yes.
Taking out.
There we go. All your groceries. Now, with your fruit and veg, you can fill the sink with water and rinse and dry with a paper towel as well. Again, I like the paper towel idea because once you're done using it, you can just discard of it and you're leaving that germs in the bin as well. And then finally, always keep a bowl of water with a MAC thick bleach solution on your drying rack and use when wiping down surfaces during and after cooking. So easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Always make sure that you do have this solution. Now, this useful information was brought to you by MAC and Securex in the interest of promoting better hygiene practices to protect your home and your family during this time. Now, it's also during these trying times we ask everyone at home to stay home where possible and join the fight against coronavirus. Now, join us tomorrow for more of the MAC 5-day hygiene plan, where we show you just how to deep cleanse your kitchen and kitchen appliances, keeping you safe from any harmful germs. Well, are you doing it?
I'm just gonna soak my fruit and veggies in the sink quickly.
Perfect.
And then we'll be good to go.
And when you're done with all of this, you can wash your hands again for 20 seconds.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, there you have it.
MAC Thick Bleach, 24-hour germ protection.
Well, that's some beautiful form there from the ladies in the kitchen. Thank you so much for sharing your tips on how to keep us safe and keep us protected in the kitchen, in the home, and throughout our household, making sure that we're doing our part during the COVID pandemic. Thank you, ladies. Beautiful form. And of course, we are moving over to Tapiso for the news.
Thank you very much, Raul Demoni. Just after 8 o'clock, time for us to take a final look at those news headlines. We start off locally within our borders, where South Africa's economy may contract by between 2% and 4% this year as a result of the coronavirus pandemic. The SA Reserve Bank said yesterday. The central bank said that there was also limited scope for an economic rebound in 2021. It was also announced yesterday that under new rules published by the Independent Communications Authority of South Africa, every South African cell phone smartphone subscriber would be receiving at least 2 SMSs every day concerning the coronavirus. The latest figure for positive cases is 1,686, and the death toll now stands at 12. Meanwhile, Human Settlements Minister Lindiwe Sisulu says her department has identified 5 informal settlements whose residents will be requested to relocate as concerns grow around the spread of the COVID-19 virus. The 5 informal settlements include 2 in Gauteng, Situetla in Alexandra, and Moy Place in Pretoria, Dunoon in the Western Cape, Kennedy Road in Durban, and Duncan Village in the Eastern Cape. Sisulu's comments on the resettlements come as the country has recorded 1,686 cases of the coronavirus, with 12 confirmed deaths. In international headlines, UN Chief Antonio Guterres has called on governments to take urgent measures to tackle a horrifying global surge in domestic violence fueled by worldwide lockdowns to curb the spread of the coronavirus. This as the virus has claimed some 400 lives so far in Africa, with 9,000 confirmed cases. He says the calls to helplines have even tripled in some countries amid increasing social and economic strains compounded by the strict limits on movement. And at least 300 million Americans, approximately 90% of the population, have been told to stay home. This has confirmed COVID-19 cases in the US stand at some 337,000, with more than 10,000 deaths. In Europe, German Chancellor Angela Merkel says that the EU is facing its biggest challenge since its founding. The death toll in Italy has risen to some 16,500, and in the UK to more than 5,000. France has reported 833 deaths in 24 hours, and the country's total number of fatalities now stands at some 9,000, the 4th highest in the world after the US, Italy, and Spain. And now news of a huge boost for South Africa's most northern province. The South African Medical and Education Foundation and several corporate donors recently officially opened the Maasai Maths and Science Academy in Hamasia in Limpopo province. The new academy will serve thousands of learners in the Vuwani region. It has state-of-the-art learning facilities, including 5 fully furnished and equipped classrooms, 3 science labs, and a computer center. The academy will take in learners from up to 20 surrounding schools who will be tutored and taught skills in science and mathematics by the highly qualified educators of the foundation. The area is characterized by undesirable conditions such as high illiteracy, poverty, as well as child-headed families. These shared resources, along with tutoring programs, will greatly improve the quality of science, technology, engineering, and mathematics education in the region, and that's really good news. Taking a glimpse into the world of entertainment after several weeks of funny phone calls with her celebrity pals, American daytime TV talk show host and comedian Ellen DeGeneres has returned to her beloved talk show, The Ellen Show, to give people their much-needed entertainment during the ongoing pandemic. She added that the best way to support the crew and staff is to keep the show on the air, and she applauded all the essential employees who are putting themselves at risk each day to help during this time of quarantine. The show is being shot from her living room because it has the best light and sound, and because she jokes all the rooms in her house are filled with toilet paper. Trust Ellen. That's where we leave it for this morning. Here's a final look at your weather.
Thank you so much, Tabsy. Happy Tuesday to all of you. We've asked you to send in your sunrise pictures this morning. Thank you so much to Joan Cameron, who is sending us wishes this morning from the small town of Britannia Bay, with this stunning picture of the blue and white skies on the west coast, where cool conditions with partial sunshine can be expected for most of the day. Now, another Expresso top fan came through this morning, Ntokozo Theo Makatini from Vosloorus, who regularly shares his sunrise picture with us. Now, he sent us this dramatic yet breathtaking sunrise with streaks of blue and red blending perfectly into each other from Johannesburg, where hazy sunshine can be expected today, with a minimum temperature of 11 reaching its maximum temperature of 24 at around 1 p.m. Now, it will be a mostly cool to cold day across the country, with Polokwane's low at 14, peaking at 31 degrees. Now, the highest temperature in the country with expected thunderstorms thunderstorms is for you, Mbombela, with a low of 14, peaking at 33 degrees today. For you, Pretoria, your low is 13 and your high is 27. Johannesburg, 11 at 24. And if you do find yourself in Mahikeng, your range is 10 to 26 degrees. Partly sunny conditions are also expected for Klerksdorp today, with a low of 6 and a high of 24. And then for you, Kimberley, it is a low of 5, peaking at 20 degrees. Gentle winds can also be seen in Bloemfontein today, ranging from 2 to 20 degrees. And then rain and cloudy conditions for you, Richards Bay, with a low of 16 and a high of 22. High humidity can be seen in Pietermaritzburg today, with a low of 11 and a high of 16. And then a couple of showers coming through for South Africa's playground Durban today, with a low of 17, maximum of 21 degrees. Mthatha for 20, and then sunny to partly cloudy and windy conditions for you, East London, ranging from 11 to 20 degrees. Craddock to 17, and occasional rain and strong winds expected for Port Elizabeth today, with a low of 11 and a high of 18. George 8-17, and the coolest start to the morning reaching below zero is Sutherland with a low of -2 and a high of 12. If you do find yourself in the mother city Cape Town today, your low is 10, peaking at 17. A light breeze for Worcester with a low of 5, peaking at 16. Springbok 9-20, and mostly cloudy conditions for you, Uppington, with a low of 9, peaking at 21. Whatever the weather, wherever you find yourself, make sure that it is a memorable Tuesday indeed.
A wonderful Tuesday it will be. It's day 12 of the lockdown. How are you beating the self-isolation blues? Holding the unofficial Olympics at home, or talking to your trees in a bake-off against yourself? Show us what you're doing or what you're up to at home and enter the draw to win a 10,000 Rand game voucher. That's big. All you have to do is post a picture of yourself and what you're doing and using the hashtag Expresso Show. Now, from the amazing entries we have received so far, we were touched by the inspiring entry from a young man named Uronewa Muzanani. Now, yesterday we played his video showing how he's keeping active indoors with his tennis racket and ball. This morning, we're lucky enough to have this inspirational professional wheelchair tennis player on the line. How are you doing? Good morning.
I'm good, and you?
I'm very well, thank you. Where are you calling us from? Which part of the country are you in?
I'm here in Joburg. I'm here in Johannesburg at Berea. So, yeah.
Oh, you're in Joburg. Shout outs to you, Johannesburg. I mean, you have an inspiring story to share with us. Can you tell us about your story and why you decided to enter the competition with your inspiring video showing us how you keep active in your wheelchair at home?
Yeah, about my story, I'm going to say I'm from Limpopo, one of the rural areas in which is called the Bulebove. And yeah, I was raised by my mom and my grandmom. So they took me to boarding when I was 6 years old. It was like more than 60 kilometers from home. It was far. So yeah, when they took me there, at first I used to think like maybe they don't love me. They're just saying, no, we don't want you. So yeah, it was tough. They used to come to visit me only once in a month. And yeah, since I saw the reason why they did it, and then I fell in love with myself. I fell in love with being me, you know, and I love to inspire the people. I love to inspire people. I love to share my story. I love to show people out there that it doesn't matter where you come from, what kind of disability you have, you can still do something in life. And that's why I entered the competition, to show the world that you can do something.
I love that so much. And thank you so much for choosing us to share your story. Why do you think it's so important to keep active and healthy during this lockdown period? And do you have any top tips for everyone at home?
Yeah, I'm going to say, as we're on lockdown, many people don't have many things to do at home now. Even for people who are working at home, even though you're working at home, you find that you just walk maybe to a kitchen and yeah. So for me, I have to stay active as I'm a person who lives with a spinal problem. So which means sometimes I'm on my medication of pain. So I have to keep my immune system. So I have to stay active, and I can say, guys, find something to do. It doesn't matter what kind of something are you doing, how small is it, as long as you know that you're doing something and you're staying active.
It doesn't matter what your circumstances are. Try to make use of what you have in your immediate spaces to continue, challenging yourself and growing as a person. Now, what message of hope do you want to leave with South Africans with as we all hashtag stay home during the lockdown?
I should say, let's remain positive and hopeful that this pandemic will pass. Yes, we can be always smiling, we can be always happy. There must be challenges, and I hope that this pandemic will pass. And I must say, together, we should stay strong. And as for me, I love to play tennis more than anything. And because of the people who have helped me a lot to be where I am today. Because when I look at my background and everything, if it was not people who were close to me, I would not be where I am today. So thank you for all the support that I get every day. And yeah, let's just stay positive that this pandemic will pass. And yeah.
Thank you so much, Ronewa, for joining us this morning and sharing your story with us. We have taken inspiration and we are totally inspired to also just hone in on our talents as well at home. Enjoy the rest of your morning, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Bye. What an incredible young man. All you have to do to enter, like Ronewa, is post a picture or a video of yourself on Twitter and Instagram, or comment on the Facebook post with the hashtag #GotGame. T's and C's found on expressoshow.com, and the competition runs until the 30th of April. So make sure to get on entering.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. You are stunning. You've made the right choice to wake up on the right side of lockdown. It is Expresso Morning Show live on SABC3. Now, the lockdown is officially in effect. We're halfway through. But yes, while the national lockdown is helping us to slow down the spread of COVID-19 across the country, and it is, many of us are housebound and spending way more time than usual on our digital devices. I'm talking about our cell phones, our tablets, our laptops. And this is exactly why Nedbank are urging us, all of us, to practice good digital hygiene during this time by being extra mindful of cyber criminals, because they're all over the place looking and ready to pounce. And via video call, we're joined by Stelios Fakis, Nedbank's retail and business banking digital executive. Stelios, good morning. It's so good to have you here. First of all, we're all home, or most of us. We were taking extra precaution around hygiene, washing our hands. But Nedbank are urging us to be cautious online as well, on the digital space. Why? Is there something you know that we don't, Stelios?
Good morning, Tabiso, and to the viewers. Yes, this is an unprecedented time for us all. And while we often send out lots of communications, this is not new to us. We're definitely ramping up on our communications to clients. In the face of a physical lockdown, naturally, people are becoming more digital. In fact, in our space, with the ease that you can download our Money app, which we are encouraging clients to do, to have absolute control of their finances while we're in lockdown, we're communicating and educating our clients continuously, because we have new clients joining us all the time and becoming digital. So a couple of the things that have prompted us to communicate more is, obviously with the lockdown, there's less face-to-face interaction. And fraudsters are trying to impersonate clients, whether it's on the phone, through SMSs, emails. So we're consciously aware of that, and we are educating our clients how to deal with that. We have also become very conscious, and it's natural that in this time, social media is blowing up. So what are the do's and don'ts in that space? And we also know that fraudsters prey on fear and uncertainty. So we're coaching our clients and keeping them well armed to protect themselves while still enjoying the benefits of all the digital banking features.
Stelios, one thing a lot of people will notice is that cyber criminals are obsessed with sending emails. They love to send us emails. How can we easily identify if a website or an email that's being sent to us while we sit at home during lockdown is not legitimate?
So maybe let's start with the website first. I think the first and primary thing that we encourage all our clients to do is don't click on links that are sent to you in an email. What you can do is, if you hover over a hyperlink, it will show you what that URL or the website address is. And you'll find often when it's a fraudulent site that what you're actually looking at and what the clients have told is happening in that email, you'll see that it's got nothing to do with that site. So hover on, check that you're on the right site. If you're on a phone, you can long press on the hyperlink, and you'll be able to see what the real address is. I think when it comes to email, my only guide to that would be, a bank or a credible institution will never send you an email and ask you to click out, and very specifically never ask you to enter any kind of credentials, whether it's an ID number, account number, a card number, a PIN number. You will never be asked to do that by a bank through an email. So be very vigilant on that. It's very possible for fraudsters to fake an email and make it look real, that it's coming from someone else. If you're in doubt, rather find your own contact details off a website and contact that company or that person directly and ask them, did you send me this? Kind of things that these fake emails will do is say, we've recently changed our account number. As soon as you see something like that, be very, very vigilant. In fact, I'd encourage you to delete it immediately.
Absolutely. I mean, the thing is, they've gotten quite sophisticated, and these emails are getting more and more real and looking more real as they go on. But what about calls and SMSs? Online or digital criminals operating in the crime space, do they operate in phone calls and SMSs too? What can we look out for there?
Absolutely. When it comes from an email, we refer to refer to it as phishing. In the voice space, we refer to it as vishing with a V.
Vishing.
And vishing, correct. And what you'll find is these fraudsters are incredibly ruthless. They prey on emotion and they create fear. And the kind of sort of modus operandi is they will contact you pretending to be the bank or whatever other institution you're dealing with, and they will create some sort of fear, i.e., for example, they will say, we've picked up fraud on your account, so they'll pretend that they've picked it up. We've got to move your money out for you. We'll show you how to do it. And they'll give us your credentials, give us your PIN. We will save you. And they try and become the heroes of your story. But in reality, they're not your heroes. They're trying to dupe you out of your funds. With SMSs, it's the same thing. They force you onto links. They encourage you to click this, do that. But just ignore them. Absolutely delete them. A bank or a credible institution will never, ever ask you for those credentials.
And they know that a lot of people are quite fearful during this time with the coronavirus and the lockdown, so they will be crafting messages out there that get you more fearful, that get you thinking that something's going to be happening with your money during this time. Your money needs to be moved out. If you get an SMS or a phone call or an email, you've got to pay attention and check twice. Now, a lot of companies, Stelios, and banks certainly have been drafting press releases and sending out mails to their clients to inform them of new procedures during the lockdown. How do we know then for sure that communication is coming from our banks? And how do we know if it's not coming from our banks? If we can just reiterate those points.
Yeah, so I think it comes back to the same points. I think email is a very important form of communication. So I'm not saying ignore all emails. What I would say, though, is if at any point in an email you see it encouraging you to leave by clicking on something or asking you for credentials, it's likely that email is fraudulent. So I think that would be my one guide. I wouldn't want to give 50 tips. If there's one thing to remember, I think that's the key one. And what I would urge you to do is, as a client or as a person who's received this email, validate it. Rather go onto the company's website, look up their contact numbers, phone them directly. Don't phone from the phone number that has come on the email, because that would also be fraudulent. So rather go onto the website, check for the number, phone, or look for the information online, and you will be fine.
Stelios, thank you so much for your time this morning. You've been so insightful, and hopefully this has just enlightened a whole lot of South African viewers out there at home during this time. Appreciate your time. Thank you, Stelios from Nedbank. Now, whilst it's okay to spend that extra hour or so on your phone or your computer during the lockdown period, please, everyone, be mindful of the websites that you trust for critical information. Be extra vigilant of the sensitive information that you share, whether you're being asked via a link or even on any website, especially information such as your password and your bank pins. You will never be asked for these by your bank.
Oh, well, incredible advice out there. We are in the kitchen, of course, getting ourselves cleanly, getting ready for what is a delicious smell indeed. I cannot figure out exactly what it is that Chef a la Clem is preparing for us in the kitchen, but we are back nonetheless, and to show us how to make the ultimate Easter treat, I'm sure it has to be. It's got to be. There's lots of chocolate on the table. I think we are making chocolate chunk brownie cupcakes, and they are packed with chocolate and nuts, soft and fudgy on the inside, and topped with a super easy chocolate condensed milk ganache. Words to my ears, and yes, in case you're wondering, the recipe is easy enough. So get your kiddos in the kitchen to help you out. Clem,
It is easy.
I hope so, because this is sounding very overwhelming. I'm nothing when it comes to a baker. I can grill, I can fry, I can do those things, but guide me, Sensei.
Okay.
What are we doing?
Super easy. We've got some free-range eggs in here. I'm going to add some melted butter to that.
Right.
Yesterday we made that banana bread. You were here. How good was that banana bread?
That was too good. I stole so much in my
Can I get an amen?
Yeah!
Yes! Literally, we had 6,000 people watching us during that Facebook live stream. Guys, you should applaud yourself. That was amazing.
Well done, everyone at home. Incredible stuff.
6,000!
Banana bread was trending yesterday.
It was. Okay, so because of people loving the banana in general, today on our Facebook live session, we're actually going to do banana pancakes, 2 ingredients, and 2-ingredient banana ice cream. Yes, but it's all for you because they're ultra healthy. No added sugars, no none of that. It's going to be absolutely amazing.
Beautiful, the perfect post-workout meal. Clem, I know you're always looking out for me. Thank you so much. This, however, I'm sure is more classified as a treat, definitely.
Yes, it's a treat because it means we are approaching Easter. You can't not treat yourself. And we have been good. It's all about the balance. We've been doing your workouts. We've been doing our home workouts at home as well. So we deserve a treat.
This is true.
So it's approved by you.
Nature Boy approving this one.
There we go. So brown sugar, white sugar going in there. That's with our cocoa and our flour. I'm now going to add our butter and our egg mixture to it. And now what you've got to do is you've got to mix it through. So these cupcakes, I know they made some cupcakes earlier. These are different. These like reach into your soul and they grip you. It's amazing. These are teen golden brown and delicious cupcakes. I'm not talking about the cupcakes, I'm talking about us.
Oh, yeah.
Can I get an amen at the back? Yeah. No, don't amen, because my mom's probably watching this, and she's probably going to see my text message saying, like, is that appropriate for a morning show to be? No, don't amen that one. I'll take it back. But yeah, these cupcakes are legit, legendary, amazing, easy to make. And the best part of it, I've been like totally on the leftover vibes. I've made some batter earlier for you, and friend, I look after you, don't I?
Oh, yes, you do.
I made this for you, in the bag.
Is this mine? Oh,
that's yours to take home.
And of course, guys, make sure you're tuning in online and join taste.co.za to check out more of the ingredients and extra special recipe motivation for everybody at home. But we're back in the kitchen with Clem, serving up a beautiful treat for everybody at home that's been following our fitness journey, that's been working out and has earned this incredible reward. I've got my gift pack ready for later on. But Clem, where are we at?
All right. See how beautifully
chunk
it comes together so easily, just like that.
Too.
Then what I'm doing, yeah, you can smell that. It's that butter and the chocolate, just like, Okay, I've got some salted macadamia nuts, salt and chocolate, amazing, amazing, every single time. If you don't have macadamias, use almonds, use peanuts, use cashews, use walnuts, or if you don't have any, take it out. Absolutely, don't go to the shop just for that. You'll have these things in your pantry. Give it a good mix through. Then you're gonna do the double spoon technique, which I showed you last week. 2 spoons. Just like that.
Yep.
Just like that. And we're going to pop it into our wrappers. That's going to go into the oven. It's going to come out. This amazing ganache has milk chocolate, dark chocolate, condensed milk mixed together, and you just lay there and you just spread it all over your face. It's just so good.
Chocolate face mask.
Hey, coming into a Woolies near you. Okay, yes, this is amazing. We spread that over our cupcakes, and let me just do one for demonstration because it's so good. Yes.
Doing the things.
You're doing it a lot. It's quite rich.
The pizzazz. I don't think a lot of people are going to complain about that, though.
That's it. What do you think?
I think it looks absolutely incredible, Clem. Obviously, for everybody at home, if you've just joined us, you're snoozing and you're losing, guys. You can join on our taste.co.za to recap on the recipe, inspiration, and all the ingredients that we are using for this chocolate chunk of a cupcake that Clem has prepared for us. This is looking absolutely incredible, Clem. What are we doing after this? We're shoving it in the oven?
In the oven, more ganache, everybody's happy, everybody's eating. But there's a recap that you have to see how we made this, though.
All right.
Yeah.
Beautiful. So, guys, we'll be recapping with you later. Join us after the ad break. We've got something special while these go pop into the oven. Enjoy everything. Oh, Clem, I cannot...
Guys, actually, I want you to check out that recap right now.
What an incredible recap on how we are making our chocolate chunk brownie cupcakes from Chef a la Clem himself. And obviously, we're keeping the kids busy. You can have a full-time job, but this will take up at least an hour of their time for those and others that are looking for Easter-inspired recipes. Of course, once again, visit taste.co.za and you'll find loads of recipe inspiration to make Easter just a little bit easier. And of course, more delicious during the lockdown. Clem is going to be, of course, once again, joining us on that live stream later on today, doing a little recap. And of course, you got the banana bread coming up too, I believe.
We're doing banana pancakes, 2 ingredients, and 2-ingredient banana ice cream.
Oh, yes! Beautiful. Join us after the ad break for more magic. See you soon.
Kick off your savings goals with 0 monthly fees and unlimited swipes. Get a pay-as-you-use account on the Nedbank Money app today.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back, all you beautiful people, right here to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Thank you so much for choosing to wake up on the right side of bed this morning. Now, during this COVID-19 pandemic, we've seen how individuals and movements can unite in the face of adversity. Now, one shining example of this is the production of colorful and bright patterned masks by Vanessa Bibo Ovenstone for her community in Kidbrook Retirement Village in Hermanus. Now, they are such a hit that the staff refer to them as their happy masks. I love that. Now, Bibo joins us via video call to share more about her initiative. Good morning, Bibo.
Morning, Jamie Lee.
How are you doing?
How are you there? Yeah, I'm doing good.
Looks like you've been keeping very, very busy during this lockdown. Tell us all about it.
Oh, well, I mean, we've had such a good time here. It's such a good togetherness community, and we've been making masks for the staff up at our care centre because they really were battling to get masks. So we've made lots of very pretty masks, and they work so well because they have a special little pocket that you can add a tissue or an extra layer in there, and they're totally washable, made out of cotton, and they've been a great success. So that's kept us busy and kept our community all connecting with each other. We feel very loved and very privileged.
I love that it looks good as well, but take me through it. Where did the idea of making masks for the community come from?
Well, the idea came from the care centre, who got hold of Anne Kotzer, who's one of our residents who looks after the healthcare portfolio, and said, look, she's a brilliant machinist, sir. She makes all the costumes for our pantomimes that we put on. And so she said, right, come on, let's get all the sewers together. So all the little machines have been pulled out of attics and goodness knows where, and there've been quite a lot of us sewing. Janice and lots of people. So we've done a good job. And the carers, when they go past in their little golf carts, they wave to us, and it's very happy.
Keeping safe while still being stylish. I love that. Now, take me through the process of making one of these masks. Is it easy to get the supplies now to make them?
Well, you can use any cotton material you have. You can use old sheeting or something like that, denim, any of those things, and then you just have the little pieces that go around the ears, elastic, or a bit of tape or ribbon, and literally that's it. And then we put a pipe cleaner in the top so that you can mold it over your nose, so that it really keeps you very safe. And also for people who wear spectacles, then it stops their glasses fogging up.
I love
quite
that.
Good.
You are truly an inspiration, Bibo. Thank you so much for joining us. And we hope the only thing you spread is the happiness with this mask and what this mask brings at the moment, as well as the practice of good personal hygiene. So thank you so much, Bibo, for this.
Okay, great pleasure. Love from us all at Kidbrook in our happy retirement village.
Thank you so much. Of course, we encourage you as well to go out there, get creative with that, and let's see what social media has to say with regards to these masks.
So obviously earlier today we posed the question, of course, of how creative you've been getting at home, especially when it comes to our mask that we've just discussed earlier. And we asked you to post some pictures on our social media page to see what you've been up to. And we've got some incredible responses, right?
Yes,
Claire?
we do. We do.
I've got one here from Savile Clayton Lowe. And he's suggested that his 8-year-old daughter actually made these, the ones that you're seeing right now. Those look
I love
incredible.
it. Very colourful, it's vibrant, and hopefully it's also effective. Nice one, Clayton. This one comes from Josephine Pickstone, Expresso's love of loves. I've done this last week when I pop out to the pharmacy, #Expresso Show, SABC3.
Wow,
is that a
that's
scarf?
Full creativity. It looks like he's got his entire body covered there.
With the sunglasses and everything. Amazing.
The next one we have is from Suzette, who sewed this by hand, and it was built in filter pocket. Better than nothing. Oh, I like that. Very unique. Using whatever we can, making a plan. I like that a lot. And
lastly, we have Sylvia. She said, made by my sister, Marilyn Clayton, from Kimberley. #Expresso Show.
Oh, and I love how she's matched the outfit.
Dress.
Yeah, that is absolute class.
Yes, slay, girl. Absolutely love these pictures. Please make sure to keep them going, keep them flowing on our social media platforms using the #Expresso Show. What's cooking?
Olive Pride brings a touch of pride and the natural beauty of olive oil to your table. Made with love by Clover.
And we are keeping the kitchen delights flowing here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. I have to say, one of the best things about baking at home, and not that I bake, but when I've watched people bake at home, is that you can make one big batch for everyone to enjoy again and again throughout lockdown, especially during this period. Like, for example, what we're going to be making this morning, Olive Pride cheese, onion, and garlic rolls. They already sound delicious. They are tasty, cheesy buns that make for a perfect savory snack. They're also tasty as a way to save up and use up all those half-cut onions and bits of cheese leftovers in your fridge. Nothing goes to waste during this time. Anel Potgieter reunited again.
We love it in the kitchen.
We love being here. I love being here under your guiding wing. Okay, so you're baking something really delicious here. You mentioned cheese. You mentioned onions. You mentioned yeast.
So what are we going to do? We make like a little bun, and then we're going to fill the bun with a beautiful onion, caramelized onion, cheese, thyme mixture. We're going to close it up. We're going to bake it, and it's going to be all this yumminess. Look at your face.
I want it all. I want it all.
Yes, you're going to want.
Well, let's start with the fact that you got your flour there. What sort of flour have you got there?
Normal bread flour or cake flour. You can use cake flour.
Okay, cool. So that's one main ingredient there. Then you've got yeast in water.
Yeah.
Why, madam?
I'm going to add some sugar as well. And it is to activate. It's like when you wake up in the morning, that alarm clock that goes bzzz.
Yeah.
It is waking the yeast
Basically
up.
like when you wake up and you hear, step into the day with the dawn ringing in my head.
Yay!
Okay, cool.
It's exactly that.
Okay, so you're waking up and activating that yeast, then you're
Yes.
adding it onto your normal bread flour there.
And I'm going to start mixing this slowly together. I like to use a knife, or you can use the back of a wooden spoon, like my Oma did.
Okay.
The back of the wooden spoon.
We know the Omas use those spoons, the back of the wooden spoons, for more than just the mixing. You're causing trouble in the kitchen. You can find that wooden spoon somewhere. I'm not going to say where.
I'm going to add a bit of olive pride, seed and olive oil, about 2 tablespoons.
This has to be my favorite because, you know, one thing that I really do love about the Clover Olive Pride blend of seed oils is that, and the the extra virgin oils, is that they've got an overall versatility in the kitchen. You know, you can use them for cooking. I know that my mom uses, my auntie rather, uses them for baking as well as for pan frying. You don't find a lot of oils like that can be used and still be good across the different types of kitchen uses.
Exactly. And what's fantastic with this oil, if you add it to your bread mixture like today, it's going to give it that little bit of oily flavor, just a little bit of a tang, yum. And it's going to make the bread a little bit moisture for longer.
Oh, brilliant.
You know, like day 2 and day 3?
Yes.
Yeah, that is it.
Because the last thing you want is to make something delicious and bake something and you don't finish it, and then like the next day it tastes like and it feels like you made it 2 months ago.
I know.
Yeah, nobody wants that.
So Tabsi, you have to knead this, knead it, and then you have to let it rise somewhere warm for about an hour or till it's doubled in size.
So where, like the microwave?
No, like somewhere, especially now in the sun, like in the living room, if there's little sun creeping through, you put it in there, with a little doekie oor.
Oh, yes.
Like Doek Friday, doek it.
I have so many memories, fond memories of my mom baking ujeka nedombolo. And she used to make use of yeast. And what she would do is she'd put in a big pan like this, a big one, and take like a nice kitchen dishcloth, a nice clean dry one, place it over, and then put it out in the sun. How tempting can you imagine it to be for me to not go to the pot and pull a little bit and be chomping? But of course, we're not going to be doing that. And I can tell you're not going to be leaving me any chance to do that. If you want to get your hands on this recipe, SMS, no, you're not going to SMS anything. You're going to go on expressoshow.com. Go on our website, expressoshow.com. And Nell has already loaded this website on there of our Clover Olive Pride cheese, onion, and garlic roll.
So after you've let it rise, you know what I did on Saturday? I bake bread every second day now, so I needed it
okay.
to...
Base, is that you?
Can I have a high five? Yeah. So it was quite chilly on Saturday, so I needed a warm spot, and there was no warm spot in my house.
Like today in most parts of the Western Cape,
So I took my warm blanket, put it on one.
No, you can't go and nap with your food.
And then I put a beautiful doek around it, and I put it on the warm blanket on my bed.
Okay, cool. I thought you went to go take a nap, and then you took your preparation with you. Go on expressoshow.com and get your hands on this recipe. Okay, let's fill it up quickly now.
Okay, fill it up. We've got some beautifully caramelized onions, some cheese, some thyme.
Yes.
Mix that together.
Yeah.
And then you just flatten your little ball like that.
Yeah.
And you're going to add like about a teaspoon inside there. And now the important part is to pinch it together because this is going to be the bottom, and you don't want the inside to leak out.
Okay, so you want it nicely enclosed in there. Okay, fantastic. So you're going to make a few of those. In fact, we said earlier on, you want to make a whole batch of these and make sure that everybody can have some, and again and again and again and again. Okay, so you'll keep doing that and doing that and doing that until you end up with the final finished product, which is... Oh, looking so good. Nicely hidden away from me, CNL, you tricky lady.
And you just bake this in the oven for about 20 minutes on moderate heat. But the recipe is on our website, so people can go and get the full recipe there.
Stunning. Well done, Anel. This looks good. I can't wait to dig in. Hey, the thing is, nothing beats the perfect homemade bake. So go out there, be inspired. Go on expressoshow.com. You will find that recipe with a whole list of all the ingredients and how to make this come to life.
Olive Pride brings a touch of pride and the natural beauty of olive oil to your table. Made with love by Clover.
Now, we all know our next guest as South Africa's content queen. Yes, honey, we are talking about the one and the only Nadia Jafta. Nadia Jafta, content queen. What we love about this local beauty is that she puts time and effort into her content, which is always on point with her audience, which is ultimately us, especially during the lockdown period. And did we mention how relatable it is? See for yourself. Girl, you thought. Now, well, we've all been there during the lockdown, but our girl always leaves us entertained. Let's check out one more of her hilarious videos. Never a dull moment. Nadia, you've been making us laugh non-stop during the lockdown. Where do you get the inspiration from, you know, to create content while being safe at home?
You know, honestly, most content is just a regurgitation or a reinterpretation of things you've seen before or ideas that you've gotten somewhere. But a lot of my content I've been getting from TikTok, surprisingly enough.
No, TikTok is a new wave now, hey? But I feel like I'm a little bit too old to kind of join. But
if I can be on TikTok, then you can be on TikTok, trust me.
We can certainly see that this creativity in the next video. Let's check it out.
Now I need someone to breathe me back to life. Got a feeling that I'm
Why are you this person, actually? I need to understand that. Like, where is it coming from for you to think of these things, Nadia?
I don't know. Honestly, during this lockdown period, it really brought out the best and the worst in me. So, yeah, that's all I can say.
So you say that you get your inspiration of your creativity from TikTok, but what is your favorite platform to create lockdown content at the moment, and why?
I think there's different platforms for different reasons. TikTok is more fast-paced, is more energetic. You can be more weird and silly. Instagram is a bit more curated and a bit more planned. You know, you can add a bit of humor in there. And then obviously YouTube is a bit more long and has a bit more substance. So it just depends on what you're going for and what mood you're in.
Whether it's on Instagram, Facebook, or TikTok, what are your tips for South Africans to show that they've got game during this period? What can you recommend?
You know what? I would say to be creative at home, stay at home, and be creative at home.
At home.
At home, exactly. Involve your family, involve your siblings, involve anybody. You know, this is a time to really bond and connect. If you are quarantining with your family, if you're lucky enough to do that. If you are alone, then this is also a really cool way to just keep your mind stimulated.
That's absolutely true, man. What is your message to South Africans during this time? And can we look forward to more lockdown content from Nadia Jafta herself?
Oh, yes, no, definitely. I am vlogging every single day. I would say just to keep a positive state of mind, to look after your mental state, to keep in touch with loved ones if you're not with them, to obviously stay safe, only go out for essentials, stay at home. And yeah, we'll come out this hopefully stronger and better as individuals and as a country, hopefully.
100%. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. I hope that you enjoy the rest of your morning, Nadia.
Thank you. You too.
Bye. Well, you heard it from the content queen herself. Be sure to tune in tomorrow because we'll be chatting to TikTok stars with over 200,000 followers, Lauren and Laura du Plessis, about their lockdown game. For now, though, as we go to an ad break, don't forget that if you post a picture or a video of yourself on Twitter and Instagram or comment on the Facebook post with the hashtag #GotGame and tag Game Stores, you could win a 10,000 Rand game voucher. That's massive. Now, T's and C's can be found on expressoshow.com, and the competition runs from today to the 30th of April. Easter is on at game, and they've got all the essential items that you and your family need to make it a memorable one in lockdown. These include groceries, pet food, household cleaning items, hand sanitizers, toiletries, pet and baby products, all under their lockdown price freeze promise, with no increased prices on essential items. And remember, they're open Monday to Friday from 9 to 5, and on Saturday and Sundays and public holidays from 9 to 3. What are we waiting for? Get on and enter and hashtag Expresso Show. See you after this.
Today we probably felt all the emotions.
Yeah. This episode deserves an Oscar nomination.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back, all you beautiful people, right here to your Feel Good Breakfast Show on SABC3. It is a Tuesday, and one thing we can all look forward to during this national lockdown is our weekly dose of Tropica Island of Treasure, Curacao, at 7:30 tonight. Now, guys, 2 weeks ago, we said farewell to Team Orange. I was heartbroken when they were eliminated from the series, and tonight, the remaining 5 teams will have to pull their weight to avoid elimination at the end of the episode. Now, on the line, we have Boer Bosch from Team Orange to talk about his experience. But before we chat to him, let's take a look at his final moment on the show.
Today we probably felt all the emotions.
Yeah. This episode deserves an Oscar nomination. Stay tuned. Team Laranja is launching a new reality TV show called High Pressure Failures.
Hashtag Team Laranja.
There's no I
in Laranja.
Team.
Huh?
Boer, I love you so much. I was Team Orange from the beginning, but of course you've had so many incredible moments on the show. Take us back. What is going through your mind thinking back at this moment, and what were some of your highlights during this entire journey?
Yeah, it's so nice to be on the show this morning. Thank you for having me. Yeah, I think the whole experience in general was such a humbling thing to go through. I mean, I've never done anything like that in my whole life. Me and Janeska, we gave everything. I think we just went in with too much fun attitude, and we didn't take the competition that serious. But I think I'm very proud of the way we handled it. The new point system this year was definitely a curveball for us. We definitely struggled with building alliances and that things, and I think with also being in high pressure situations the whole time, we just couldn't face up to the challenge. But it was awesome to be on an island, to meet all these amazing new amazing other South African artists that I've never known before the show, and to compete with them on a physical level and mentally level was just a personal highlight for me.
Absolutely. You guys were so amazing. Like I said, my favorite. Now, tonight, of course, is the second elimination episode, and you've been through this elimination before. How does it feel to stand there at the end and then just be eliminated after all the hard work that goes through this?
Yeah, the first thing that goes through your mind is just, how did you end up here? All the decisions you made throughout the games, that you communicate with your partner the best you can, and when you stand there facing that challenge, it's almost like you're at your matric final exam, but you didn't study, and you can't actually study, but you just feel like you're not smart enough to face this. But it's so stressful. But once you fall out, it's like it's so strange. It's like a mountain off of your shoulders, but there's definitely disappointment involved as well. We were bummed, and I mean the way we fell out was terrible. It was shocking. It was such an easy mistake.
The beauty of it is what you spoke about, that you gave your best. Now, as we've heard as well in the clip earlier, you guys often refer to yourself as Team Laranja, which is the Portuguese word for orange. Why did you guys prefer that title above Team Orange?
I think we just wanted to spice up the show with another language. I mean, we're from South Africa. We're all South Africans. We have like 12, 13 official languages. So why not spice up and import another language from another country into the show as well? So we just wanted to have fun with it and teach people a different word of orange as well.
I love that. Listen, I'm always going to be Team Laranja no matter what. Now, we know the entire country is under an extreme lockdown at the moment. What message of hope do you have for your fellow South Africans watching you right now?
Yeah, it's definitely important times in South Africa. I think it's really important to stay inside and to take care of yourself. I think on your inside as well. I think we're so obsessed with the physical and the outside appearances throughout life, which is important as well. Your body is important, but I think in a time like this, it's a great time to reflect and kind of do some inner work, if I could use that term. But also, I think the fact that it is difficult time. So to stay inside, make sure your fitness levels and emotional fitness are there, and just keep up with the vitamins, and just try to read a book and do things you wouldn't do necessarily for yourself in this time.
Love dropping that words of wisdom. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. Of course, if you at home want to know which two teams are going to battle it out in tonight's Elimination Challenge, remember to tune in to Tropica Island of Treasure Curacao tonight at 7:30 p.m. only on SABC3. Here's a sneak peek of what's to come.
Find your smooth fortune with Tropica. Buy a Tropica, follow the entry details on the back, and stand a chance to win your share of 1 million rand in prizes, such as a trip for two with KLM to Amsterdam, LG G8X cell phones, LG TVs and dishwashers, guest vouchers, guest watches and accessories, plus the smooth grand prize of a Suzuki Ignis. The more Tropica you buy, the more chances you have to win. Tropica, nothing smoother.
Well, we all know that Tuesdays are Tropica days here on SABC3, so be sure to tune in 7:30 on SABC3. But a fantastic show we've had today. Raul, man, thank you so much. Hey, you were given some work to do.
I got work today, I'll tell you that, my friend.
I saw you crumbling a little bit, but man, but thank you so much to everyone that's come through. Bebo, fantastic work you are doing there, Ivanstone. Yeah, that was wonderful. Thank you so much. It's goodbye from us for now, but be sure to head on over to our Facebook page for a live stream with more exercise tips from Raul Demoni and cooking inspiration from Chef Clem. Otherwise, we'll see you again tomorrow morning bright and early. Don't forget to catch the next episode of Tropica Island of Treasure Curacao tonight at 7:30. From us, the rest of the team, we love you. Goodbye, South Africa. Mwah!
Expresso Show, made with love by Clover. Another feel-good production.